Hello, Kayla. I'm here. I got another set of videos. I hope you like them, so let's get into it.
You want a man to fall in love with you?
Oh, good. I just can't wait to see what kind of emotional and mental games someone's going to be playing today.
Just be emotionally unavailable.
Right. So far, so good.
Don't give him a safe space, okay? Don't give him a safe space. Let him know, actually, this is not a safe space. They'll love it. They'll love you.
It occasionally has crossed my mind that individuals that are giving out this type of advice probably have never actually been in a long-term and healthy relationship. But that's just my opinion.
Well, if you end up treating the guy like crap, why would he love you? He might give you some extra chances just to see how you actually are, but if you keep giving him the same crap over and over, he's just gonna ditch over X amount of time or try and get you into the streets and then get out. Like,
When women raise their voices, it's because they feel like they're not being heard.
Is that why? I don't necessarily agree with that, but for the sake of argument, let's just assume for a moment that that's the case. But what about men?
When men raise their voices, it's because they feel like they're not being obeyed.
Obeyed? So men can't feel like they want to be heard as well? That they might have to raise their voices, in fact, to be heard by others who are trying to talk over them, like so many individuals are prone to do?
yeah, so many women always want to have the last word. They don't believe what you're saying is true, even though guys will go out of their way to prove their point. Hope that you'll hear them at some point, even if they give, let's say, 5, 10 different examples. But the woman does not want to hear them out and just wants to have the last word. Thus, oh, you must obey or whatever. No.
Men don't want to be understood. They don't want you to hear them out. They don't want you to hear what they have to say.
Sentiments like that do tend to come the most often from those who have made it blatantly obvious that they, in fact, do not understand men in the least.
No, definitely not. Because men want to be heard just as much as women, but we don't always need to have the last word. We just want you to understand as to what is actually happening.
They want you to obey what they tell you to do.
Oh dear. It is most unfortunate that even at this point in time, there are still those individuals out there that think that it's perfectly acceptable to, in fact, generalize an entire group of people. But I might add, it's only, of course, if it's the right demographic, because otherwise that would be considered socially unacceptable.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
But why not?
You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
How much exactly can it cost?
Everything costs. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, Shorty is gonna need a sip of something.
Well, Shorty can easily spend her own money rather than leaning onto the guy. Just seems like she's just going after the dudes. It's like, oh yeah, you need to make X amount of money, or otherwise you can't even pay for anything. It's like, whether you got a $5 an hour job or if you make six figures, it doesn't matter. What matters is what is in your heart, and try to be there for the person. Whatever happened to social standing or even just communicating, try to get to know each other on a personal level for that to matter more than just money.
Thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date.
So they're saying that approximately 18% of the United States population shouldn't date. Right.
And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoot, and now you got
I
expendable.
need to rewind this.
Approximately
Okay. Income, USD, 24 to 34. So it's actually a much higher number than 18% because, yeah, wait. 7.6, 16, wait. Is that 7.6? It looks like it is. But damn, it does seem like it should be a bigger number. I can definitely see so many people, let's say 50%, at least in the 35 to 50 or 49.99 area, rather than being 50K plus. So it does not matter in this situation.
18.
And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoot, and now you got expendable cash.
I wonder if that includes both men and women. They didn't specify.
Or get you a bottom of the that's gonna date you when you have no money.
Is it just me, or is this sounding like it's only applying to men?
Of course, it's only applying to men because women want to spend the man's money.
And she doesn't have the expectation. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're going to want to run. Because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Stagnant can be a good thing. Sure, it can be boring, but as long as you get along with each other and everything, that is what matters. Not trying to teach a guy to spend money on you just to have yourself feel happy. Like she said herself, that the woman was in good standing. She liked how it was, but she wants a woman to change and start thinking about the man's money rather than who he actually is.
I wonder, how much money does a woman actually have to make a year in order to be able to date? Because it's sounding like they're expecting men to pay for absolutely everything, doesn't it? Double standards are wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are wonderful. I do not want to live in this society with how the double standards are and how common it is becoming.
Dating advice in under 1 minute.
Ah, yes, the best kind.
If you give him money, he's going to cheat.
Interesting.
If you give him emotional support, he's going to cheat.
What?
If you are nice and reassuring and boring, he is going to cheat.
She keeps saying this about the guys, but majority of the time when a guy is boring, the woman goes in and cheats because he's boring and she wants to get rid of him for something new and fantastic. She wants to have her options be on the street. No. Well, you could do it if you really wanted, but it's not a good idea.
I'm noticing a theme here.
If you bend over backwards and become his mother, always checking in with him if he's eaten, if he slept well, how he's feeling, how work has been, you will also be cheated on. Why?
Yes, do tell us why.
Yeah, if you do all that, way too clingy, it's just not a good sign either. Just don't do that part either.
Because men hate reassurance.
Has anyone else noticed that a lot of the women giving dating advice to women about men really don't seem to know anything about them?
Men hate commitment and routine.
Yeah, like I said.
Now here's your secret to keep him happy, not have him cheat on you.
Well, this secret ought to be just fantastic given the rest of the advice.
And routines are simple. A lot of guys will actually have a basic routine. It gives them peace. So this one lady doesn't even know anything that she's talking about, just like how Lady J's mentioning it.
Is to not give him routine. You need to give this man an element of surprise. And how do you do it? By
Do tell.
not always checking in, by not mothering him, by not controlling his actions, by not always reassuring him.
To be fair, I do not know a lot of individuals that actually like being mothered. However, given this type of dating advice, there's going to be a lot of women, if they choose to listen to it, that are going to be remaining single or extremely unhappy in their relationships.
Yep, I completely agree with Lady J.
Basically, if a man wants to be a big man, he needs a big wallet.
Okay, and what else?
If a man wants to be dominant, he needs money.
Okay, go on.
If a man wants to be head of the household, he better be paying for that entire household. Because you know it's not his leadership skills that are doing it.
Noticing a theme here.
If a man wants you to take care of him, he better have the money to make sure that you have the energy to do so.
So it's just about money, is it? Okay.
If a man wants to be pampered, he better make sure that you don't need to spend your time working so that you can pamper yourself first during the day.
It's really nice to see that money is still the all-motivating factor in relationships.
You see on how she mentioned about pampering herself at the start of the day before even attempting to pamper him, even though he's the one that's dishing out all the money for her to be pampered. Like, sure, she's talking only about money. It can be annoying, but just take it with a grain of salt and listen to these proper wordings that she's doing.
At least for some.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
Oh, I think we can all very clearly see where this is going. But just to reiterate, what's it all about?
The answer will always be that he pays.
I notice with a lot of these takes that some of these individuals seem to have something in common. They don't want to be treated as equals. No, they want to be treated as better than their partner. And they feel, it seems, that the man should just be grateful for having a woman in his life. Well, I think a lot of men out there would be grateful for having an equal partner and not a sponge.
I completely agree. Lady J, good for you. Yeah, no one wants a sponge. No one wants to have everything just taken away just because someone wants to have the easy streak, be a princess, queen, or whatever it is. Just don't encourage that type of treatment. Just be like, oh, you want that? Go get a job because I don't need to keep paying for you.
A poll just came out that 45% of men ages 18 through 25 have never approached a woman in person to take her out on a date.
So a poll of less than 10% of the entire American population is now going to be used to try to dismiss the issues that men are facing in today's society.
All this about a male loneliness epidemic and blaming the modern woman for it? No.
Why place any responsibility at all on the women after all when it's so much easier just to blame the men?
No, the reality is they just won't grow a pair and ask a woman out.
Like, okay. He mentioned about the male loneliness. Most guys are willing to be at peace and in a stagnant area rather than having to deal with a bunch of crap. So, in reality, it's actually the woman that's actually having all this loneliness. So he kind of has tables turned. Yeah, sure, he's probably gay by how he sounds, and he's sticking up for the feminists, but that's besides the point. The point is just that alone. He needs to actually learn as to what is actually happening, not telling a guy to go grow a pair and go talk to women. Like, really?
Grow a pair? Oh dear.
They're not even trying. Why?
Oh, let's hear this theory.
Probably because they're on the internet watching porn all day. Oh yes, instead of being proactive and taking initiative to fix their little loneliness issue.
Really? Most men of that age group are likely, if not working all day, they're in college. But go on.
So this talk of, oh, the body counts and it's women's fault and they're scared of feminism, that's why they won't approach the woman. No, all of that's just a cope.
No, that's not a cope. That's some men actually having standards and sticking to them.
Because 55% of men are doing the work and going and asking women out and fixing their loneliness and finding partnership.
55% of men 18 to 25, remember?
The funniest part about this is anytime there's a problem with men, loneliness epidemic, they can't get dates, it's immediately blamed on women. So this whole thing...
It is immediately blamed on women because of feminists, among other things, and the fact that most women don't even glance at a guy that's rated 6 or under. They always want to have 7+, and at that point, the guy just gets whoever they want. So, in reality, who's on the streets much more? The basic guy or the woman? I'd lean more towards the woman because it's easier for her to do A, B, and C.
The talk online has always been, it's women's fault that men can't get dates. No, they're just not even trying. Close the laptop, get out of the house, and go get a date.
The same thing can be said about women. Women don't approach guys because they're still set in that mindset that guys need to approach the woman. Guys need to do this. Guys need to do that. Meanwhile, with the whole media aspect, what's the point in a guy trying to shoot a shot, then gets recorded and tossed online for everyone to laugh at him just because he tried to initiate something awkwardly? If someone, or let's say a woman tried to do that awkwardly, it'd be cute, it'd be adorable, yada, yada, yada. The guy won't care. He'd be like, oh, hey, I got a date. Thank you for asking me out. Like, not much bad can actually happen from a girl doing it in comparison to the guy asking the girl.
Not even trying. Well, who could blame them, actually? After seeing what's popular in regards to how some women speak about and treat men, why would any man willingly want to wander into that dating pool, knowing that there's a very high likelihood that he's going to be blamed for everything and told that he's always wrong just for being a man?
Yeah, it's true. Women do like to blame guys just for the sake of blaming guys.
The reason that men mistake your kindness and politeness as flirting
is why. Really, why? I have a feeling, just a feeling, that the reason that they're going to say that men mistake kindness for flirting has something to do with, how all men treat women in a certain way. I wonder if I'm right.
It's because they themselves would never be kind or polite to someone they weren't attracted to.
It's not even that fun to be right anymore, because it seems like many individuals out there like to demonstrate their ability to try to put an entire group of people into a box and paint them all with the same brush, simply because it's easier to do that than actually think critically and realize that people are individuals. Also, notwithstanding the fact that they're not taking into consideration that many men aren't used to receiving any sort of kindness or consideration unless someone actually wants something or is indeed flirting with them. Or are they taking into consideration the fact that many men out there are very kind and considerate to others without them wanting something? But I understand it's just easier to do it this way.
Yeah, it is easier to do it that way, and that's why they do it. But Lady J, guys are right. I can't really say much to that one.
It's hurt. I don't see men complain when women are essayed on massive.
Well, of course not, because one doesn't want to see it. Because if one had to admit the reality of how many men stand up for women, that would seriously disrupt one's narrative.
The type of men that disrespect women for so-called being used.
No, there is nothing wrong with a person, whether it be a man or a woman, desiring to have a partner that has self-respect, respects others, and has not lost track of their body count. There is, however, something quite a bit wrong of accusing someone that you disagree with for having those opinions of preferring children.
I am absolutely convinced that men don't actually want relationships. Like,
who could really blame them at this point? Think about all the things men have been told in the past few years. They get told they're disgusting if they look at women a certain way, and then they get criticized if they don't. They're not supposed to hold the doors open because women are equal and can open it themselves, but yet they're inconsiderate if they don't hold the door open. They get told that masculinity is toxic, and then women ask where all the good men are. But the real question is, if one is finding that men don't want a relationship because of one's own personal experience and the experience of people that one knows, perhaps it has more to do with you.
Do men come with communication, or do you have to buy that separately?
Oh, goody. What is it about men this time?
She said about buying it separately. I want to see a woman actually fork over the money to actually prove that point of hers.
But at least this one is promising to be something quite interesting, at least.
Yeah, many people can definitely be.
You have to buy it separately, don't you? Fuck. I knew I forgot something. I could run back out and get it.
How much product does she have in that face? Her lips have been blown up. She has layers of makeup. Like, how much that face is actually legit?
Now, what I'm going to say next will come as a complete surprise to a great many, I'm sure. But there are actually quite a large number of men out there that already do come with a complete set. That's right, a complete set of communication skills. No extra purchase need be required. But for some, especially some women, I'm sure that will come as a difficult concept to grasp. Because being an effective communicator isn't just about knowing what to say and when to say it. It's also about knowing when to listen. And for a lot of the women out there that say that men don't have any communication skills, this will be especially difficult. Because in order to be able to listen effectively, some will really need to learn when to be quiet.
If he's not paying all of your bills, then you are not in any relationship with him.
So if a woman insists on paying her own bills, even if she considers herself to be in a relationship with someone, according to this person, they're not actually in a relationship because he's not their sugar daddy.
Why the hell would you give him a full access to you if he's the only person who benefits from that relationship?
And how does that make sense?
Men benefit just by being seen with you.
Men. Did you know that?
No, that's just stupid.
You benefit just by being seen with a woman.
Just by sharing your energy, your precious feminine energy with him, and your beauty, you're giving them extra confidence. And
again, how much product do you have on that face? Get rid of it. It's fake.
Ego boost. You're just giving them social and personal promotion for free, just by giving them an access to you. And another thing is that why would you give him husband privileges if he is not even able to cover all of your bills?
Some women actually don't like being dependent on men to pay their bills. They prefer to do it on their own, whether or not they're in a relationship with them or not.
He's the only person that benefits from that, not you.
Oh dear.
Men fall in love by investing in you. And if you don't make them invest in you, then sooner or later, they will stop respecting you.
Let's hear it for transactional relationships, ladies and gentlemen.
Him paying your bills is just bare minimum. It's your non-negotiable.
No one needs to ever listen to this girl. She just spews a bunch of crap that says, money, money, money. No, like, don't do it. Don't try to have the guy pay for everything. Bare minimum necessity. No. Necessity would just be like, okay, holiday, here's some flowers. Oh, birthday, here's a special gift. Stuff like that. That's the bare minimum. Spending time with you, stuff like that. Like, it promotes you, it promotes him, it shows a unity, it shows equal partnership. But what you're showing is nothing. It's showing nothing but a sponge that you're not even worth the time, especially since your face looks like that. Made us crap with a whole crap of lipstick, Botox in the lips, everything. No, bad.
2024, and we need to become a little bit more selfish.
Remember, the moral of this story is, in order to be respected as a woman, you need to get paid. No. In order to be respected as a woman, you need to get paid. No.
I had to rewatch that. I completely agree with that part. Well, that was the end of the video. I hope you like it. So like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.